Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, mi gente. It's your girl, Idylli, and we are here for another episode of the Speak Easy with Idylli show. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm still on a high. So excuse me if I'm gonna be a little bit of everywhere. Like I'm gonna ask for some grace right now because at the end of the day, I'm definitely still on a high from yesterday. I am so grateful for all of the birthday love that I got, all of the wishes, all everything. Like I'm truly, truly thankful to have a community of people just reach out to me and love on me. And I'm super thankful for that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's conversation is going to be a little different, and it might not be for everybody. It may not be for you. And if it's not, it's okay. Stay tuned to the next regular scheduled program. We have an amazing guest coming up next week. I can't wait to share her story of teacher slash entrepreneur. She has definitely given back. She loves on her students, but she's also started her own business and is creating and earning income and growing and setting goals and hitting them. And I can't wait to tell her story next week. I cannot wait. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST, regular scheduled programming. But today, the day after my birthday, 6 months into December, I would do no justice to you guys, mi gente, if we didn't talk about this today. And so it is going to be a little different, right? And hi, Caddy. Hi. And if you need to click off or, if you need to just like and share, comment to somebody else, right? Send it to somebody who may want to see this or need this. You're more than welcome to. But a lot of people have asked me recently, like, how are you doing what you're doing? Oh, you found your spark, you found your joy. I'm so happy for you. And they ask me these questions, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to answer them. A lot of you guys know my story, right? You know my story. You know where I came from. Thank you so much for the birthday wish, love, on Instagram. I see the comment there. You know where I came from. If you don't, definitely go check out one of my previous story episodes. It'll give you the breakdown, poor neighborhood, young age, all the good stuff, right? But today we're going to talk about how I got here. We're going to talk about how I got here in this seat. And like I said, it's not a regular episode. So if you're just tuning in, or if you're catching the replay, first of all, shout out to my replay people because I love y'all. I see y'all when y'all put replay, y'all put comment, and I really appreciate that. Okay. I actually got a message not too long ago, and she said, man, this is the first time that I fully watched on the replay, and it was so beneficial. And she thanked me so much, and she loved the episode that it was. And it was Janelle's episode, actually. Shout out to Bloom Cosmetics. Make sure you check her episode out. And she's like, wow, like thank you for keeping these on here, right? So my replay people, I see y'all. I love y'all. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you comment replay. Let me know that you're watching it on the replay. But if you're watching it live with me, just get some notes, right? Note takers are money makers, history makers, okay? And just know that this is going to be a different kind of view. Like, we're going to talk about how I got here today and how you can get there too. Okay. And at the end of the day, we get to choose to love to understand that there's literally 6 months in the year. And that's why I know I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to the chosen few, the ones that in the back of your mind, you've been wondering, there's something that you want. You want to learn how to make money online. You want to start a podcast. You want to know how to public speak. You want to know how to tell your story, right? You want to post more on social media. You want to start growing on the internet, but you don't really know how, where to take that next step. What level should you go? This one's for you. So we're going to talk about how I got here. As you guys know, I was in the medical field for about 20 years. I did front desk, administration work, surgery scheduling, everything you could think of under the sun. I loved it. I loved what I did. I literally went from working Domino's Pizza and those kind of jobs into this, office corporate setting. And I loved it. I did it. I ended up there for 20 years. I like to say that the women's group raised me, right? Because I was there for 10 years and they really raised me as far as going into the professional world. And I'm forever thankful for everything that I've learned. I still use, shout out to Wendy Sue, right? I still use some of her things, even for my clients today. Like some of the things that she taught me, I use for my clients today. So you definitely take these things that you learn throughout your period of life and apply them to whatever it is that you're doing right now. And so that's recently where I came from, right? I love that. I love that. Yes. Just starting permanent makeup. Yes. Definitely get ready to take notes, girl. Love that so much. I just seen a comment on Instagram. So, at the end of the day, I did that for 20 years. And when I got pregnant with my last baby, I was 35. I'm going to keep it real, y'all. Y'all know I just had a birthday. I turned 43 and I'm actually loving it. Like, I'm going to be real. When I turned 40, it was sad. I cried. But now that I'm 43, I'm like, bro, what? Anyways, that's a whole nother life. I'll do that one, I promise. Okay. But in this situation, I was doing it. I worked so much. My two kids were raised by daycare. I would pick them up at 6 o'clock. By the time we got home and went to bed, it was like ready to go to sleep, right? What's up, Sarah? I see you, love. What's up, girl? I was ready to go to bed. And then forget it, when we had football and cheerleading practice, it was a mess, right? So when I had my last baby at 35, I really wanted to stay home with him. And I knew financially that was going to be really hard, right? Because we weren't there. And I talked to, my husband. We weren't even married at the time. But I talked to my husband and I said, hey, this is the situation. I want to raise my baby. I want to stay home with him. At that time, you could look it up, 2015, there was a lot of daycares in the news and they were like doing bad things. I'm like, I'm not putting my baby in daycare. Long story short, needless to say, I put my notice, I left my job. And for the first year, I stayed at home with him completely. Then I started working part-time, right? I would clean houses, do things on the side to earn extra income, and then just kind of have him with me, right? Or, my sister or somebody watching him. He actually didn't go to daycare till he was about 3. And then I got a part-time job, right? So I was going back to the medical offices, right? But during this time, I got introduced to network marketing. Okay. I got introduced to network marketing. And a lot of you guys know because you got the phone calls from me. Okay. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Daniela. Right. A lot of you guys know because you guys got the phone calls. Let's go. It's going to happen now. And, some of y'all rolled with me. Right. And it was such a great, amazing process. I'm forever grateful for the training and everything that I learned during my network marketing days, right? I wouldn't be where I am today if it was not for that time frame in my life. I learned to travel. I got my first passport. I learned what an entrepreneur was. I did not know the word entrepreneur until I was 35, 36 years old, mi gente. I know. I knew 2 things, street life or a job. I lived the street life for a long time. And then I went and got a job. Okay. And of course I knew college, right? I knew you could do things like that, but I didn't know that, entrepreneur. So it really just opened my mindset into this whole new world. Okay. And needless to say, as we know, that's already been in my story, but I'm going to just touch on it briefly. The company, went bankrupt during COVID. And I always said that I was going to make it to the top and I never did. I hit the same rank 3 times. Imagine if I would have done that back to back. You put the numbers together, right? It was my inconsistency. I was still being personally developed. I was still growing. Okay. And so then I was like, what am I going to do now? I don't want to go back to work full time. Like I already know what it is to be an entrepreneur. I don't want a full-time work, right? So I went and started doing Uber and DoorDash. And as you guys know, again, this is, just to touch on it because watch the full episodes in previous, the full story in previous episodes. I literally was working Uber DoorDash. It was one of the hardest times in our life. We were in an 850 square foot home, 5 people. You can imagine not having so much privacy that when we someone was taking a shower, we had to leave the door open in case somebody else had to use the bathroom, right? Even if we said, who got to go to the bathroom before you go in, somebody always had to use the bathroom afterwards. They couldn't hold it. So we didn't even have the privacy to lock the door when we were taking a shower. Okay. And so that's how tight we were living. But long story short, as you guys know, we're not there now, right? And things completely changed after I surrendered my life to the Lord. First of all, yes, that's who it was. It wasn't me. When Idylli tried by herself, when I did network marketing alone, when I worked at Domino's Pizza and I was a shift leader, when I worked at the women's group and, I was getting good raises every year and just working my little butt off and tail off and they raised me there. All of those things, when I tried to do it on my own, like figure it all out, I failed. But when I trusted in the Lord with all my heart and I leaned not on my own understanding, and in all my ways I started to acknowledge him, he made straight my path. So I don't push my beliefs on nobody, but that is me, right? That's my story. If you want to know more about that, hit me up on that. Okay. But to go back to the entrepreneur life, I literally was just, okay, now I'm doing Uber, DoorDash. Then I broke my fibula, lost my car, and just didn't know what was my next step. Right. And I just surrendered. And I'm like, God. And lo and behold, I was watching a previous mentor of mine. Shout out to the Walker family. I was watching a Facebook podcast that he had, and I hadn't seen him in a really long time. And he was inviting to an event. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I went to the event. Lo and behold, long story short, I ended up, saying, okay, I went with my cousin, we did it together. We did the mastermind. We joined the course together. We did everything. Right. And so my fibula's healed. So I'm back at work. Right. Because at the end of the day, don't ever feel ashamed. If you're an entrepreneur out there, or if you're starting as an entrepreneur, don't ever feel ashamed of having to go back to a job to support your family while you're working on your business. That's one of the things I love about the story that's coming on next week. She's still a teacher, but she's growing her business, right? Because at the end of the day, we have bills to pay and we have families to feed. So don't ever feel ashamed for that. What you do from 9 to 5 to survive, and then what you do from 5 to 9, right? On your dreams. You work on your goals. You work on your dreams on the weekends. This is when you get stuff done. But you work your 9 to 5 to survive. Now, if you can go full-time entrepreneur, you got money saved up, however that looks to you, then go all in, right? But don't feel bad if you ever have to go back just to support your family. Okay. So going back to that, I ended up going back to work. I was working literally almost 50 hours a week sometimes because they were giving us overtime. So, I was like taking advantage. I was like, I'm definitely doing this overtime. And so I literally started to just work 40, 50 hours a week at my job and still going to school and still being a mom and still doing the mastermind, getting everything together in order, right? And then just pushing really hard. Every week, it looked like I was doing the same thing, just growing, going to class 2-3 times a week, right? Because I was already out of one class, but then he would do the other class with the new class, and I would go to the new group because I wanted to make sure that it was repeated and I was immersed in the education and the information so that when I got started, I can give my best, right? And so then I got started and I was doing things part-time and working, and just all of this was growing, right? Things were just growing. And then I got fired. I got fired, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I got fired for an attendance policy. Okay. I got fired because my son was getting sick and I had to miss work more than one time. I got COVID. Another time, there was a couple unexcused, like 2 of them. I had migraine headache. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But because I violated their attendance policy, they let me go. That was the first time in my life that I was fired from a job. Like, you don't fire me. If you've ever been fired for a job, drop it in the comments. Let me know that I'm not alone here and that I'm not the only one who's ever been fired from a job. Okay. If you've ever been fired from a job, let me know if you're watching on the replay as well. So at the end of the day, I had to process that information. I was very upset. It took me a whole weekend Because I have a good resume. I could go get a job right now, right? I have longevity on my resume. Anytime that I've had gaps is because I was raising children. That was it. And so this really it took a lot out of me to understand that I got let go. But mind you, I'm still in class. And I heard this whisper right in the back of my head. The Holy Spirit asked me, literally, not asked me, he told me, like, you're ready. You're ready. You're already doing it part-time. You're already growing. You're already in class. You're ready. Go all in. Okay. I hear it here. Not alone, girl. Thank you. Right. Lynette, what's up, Lynette? Diana says her son was sick as well. Right. Same for her. At the end of the day, I'm a mom before anything. One of the things I'll never forget, when I put my 17-year-old daughter, she's 17 years old. At 3 years old, my sister couldn't watch her no more, and I put her in daycare. I'll never forget it. Revealing Truth Ministries on Armenia. They don't have a daycare no more, but that church is incredible. I will never forget, that lady told me when I registered my daughter, if I call you, you need to be here. You can get another job anywhere else. You only have your daughter at this time once in your life at this age. If I need you, if your daughter needs you, if something's happening, you need to be here. And she was like dead in my face. Like, and I'm like, I'll never forget it. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Like, yes, thank you. But it's something that stuck with me forever at any job. My family comes first. My kids come first, right? And so with this job, I mean, it is what it is, right? And she said, yep, agree, mom first, right? Exactly, Diana. We're moms first, And so at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I got fired. Here I am with this great resume. I could just start putting it out there on Indeed, go get another job. We had, mind you, now I'm taking a risk here because we just moved into the new place. Actually, we had already been living here a while. We love our new home. It's a big home. It's spacious, right? But of course, it costs more money. And there's just a lot going on in life. It's September. My daughter's birthday's coming up, then Christmas, the holidays. And, you just start processing and thinking, right? And it's just like, you're ready. I just heard that little thing in the back of your mind. And I'm telling this story because some of you guys are ready. Some of you guys are hearing it in your head. Some of you guys are not understanding that that's the Holy Spirit guiding you. That's saying you're ready to get that next level in your life, right? To get to that next level in your life. And so when I heard that, I talked to my husband. I said, hey, I got 3 months, 90 days. Give me 90 days. Right? Let me get this in control. Let me get this, go full time and just go all in on my dreams. And I did. And I'm sitting here today. Full-blown podcast, full-blown coaching business, full-blown online earning and income. This is not to brag or boast about me at all. Because again, when I tried to do it on my own, I failed, right? But when you have a gift and you have a vision and something is handed to you, it's up to us to take the action behind it, invest in ourselves, put the time, put the money, put the growth, show up, be a pleasure to work with, and take the action on the vision that is given to you, right? Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision clearly so that the people can see it. Have you guys had a vision? Let me know in the comments. Am I alone? Do you guys have dreams, right? Yesterday, my event was called Dream Building. And I did it because a lot of the times we have so many dreams that we literally grow up to, right? We want so much and we lose them because life hits us. And I got some statistics on that, y'all. There's some statistics on that. I'm going to show y'all in just a moment, right? But I help women be unapologetically who they are while growing into who they're meant to become. And the mission is to create a community, the SpeakEasy community, right? In a supportive environment where we're uplifting each other. Your willpower will never outwill that of your community. If you're starting a business, if you're trying to grow, make sure you get around the right people. If you're the smartest one in the room, get a new room. Go into a group. don't ever feel awkward, like, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't belong here. No, you do, sis. You belong in that room. When you don't know what to say, listen. Listen and take notes. Hang around people that have the things that you want, that are going to grow you. They're going to elevate you to that level where they are. And you're not going to feel that way no more. And then you're going to need a new room. And then you grow in there. And that's always how the flow happens, right? That's how the flow happens. So we get to choose to love to understand that when you're starting a business and when you're making money online and when you're growing, it takes work, right? But that's just like anything else. It's not easy. Of course not. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And even though a lot of people are now seeing the light, right? And that's because the statistics, a lot of people are definitely seeing the light and understanding that starting your own business, even if you're putting 70 hours a week in your own business, it's your own time, your own business. I think I put more hours now than I did working in 40 hours a week. But guess what? You best believe I block my schedule out in the morning because that's my workout time and my time to get my family ready to get out the door. You best believe I may be working more hours than when I did a 40-hour a week job, 50-hour a week. And sometimes not, but sometimes I am, right? But it's around my schedule. I can stop and go cook dinner. I can do laundry. I can still take care of my kids when homework comes, when school starts, right? And so there's so much benefits to becoming an entrepreneur and learning how to earn an income online. But a lot of people just don't know where to start. And the one thing I'm going to tell you is you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. If somebody could drop that in the comment for me, I really would appreciate it. And that's not mine. I believe it's, oh my goodness, I just forgot his name. Oh my gosh, I know him so much. He literally just passed away. Oh no, he may have passed away a long time ago. Okay, he's a motivational speaker, right? He says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. You don't have to have it all together, right? Earning an income online is good. I got some comments here. I'm going to go in here real quick. I missed a lot of them. Lynn's Nell says, me too, especially moving to a new city. I need to start doing nails. She's good too. I've seen you, girl. Yes, I've seen you, right? This is so good. You have, right? See, people saying value, they relate. In your words, let's go. Yes. You know my words. Let's go. Let's go, mi gente, right? Nettie says, when you show God you is serious, he will help you with your dreams and goals. I believe that. That is so true. Gift M497 says, I have written down my vision. Even Thursday, what's going on? I get down for a moment. God will put I don't know what that last word is, a scripture. This is not for the lazy, right? Someone says, good morning. He's an entrepreneur store from Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria. I see you. Come on here watching. Let's go. Good morning to you, right? Or good night. Don't you guys say good night? Or maybe that's only in Jamaica, right? Because I have some Caribbean friends who say good night for good morning. But yes, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're an entrepreneur student. Yes, right? This is so important nowadays, right? Thank you, Lynette, for putting that on here. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to be started to be great. I love Ashley also said, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Girl, that is the truth. That is definitely the truth, okay? And so going back into the story, you know, becoming an entrepreneur, I told him, I said, give me 90 days, right? Needless to say, like, it's gone completely even more than I could have ever imagined. And this is only the beginning, but this is not, again, not to brag on me, but if I can do it, you can do it too. When I started this podcast, mi gente, I should have put the picture up here, man. When I started this podcast, I literally had a Fabuloso bottle, a ring light taped to a Fabuloso bottle, bien cafre. Y'all know what that is, right? Ghetto fabulous, because my ring light broke. I taped it, and then I had a step stool on top of the step stool, and I was outside in my porch because I have a pool and it's aesthetically pleasing, right, to the eye. So I was outside sweating because it's hot, hot. And that's how I started my podcast. And that's why it's so important for us to realize that we get to grow in different ways, in different manners. You don't have to be great. Start the business, find the dream. I'm going to actually go over. This is my first time ever doing this on a podcast, but I feel it's so important. I've been spirit led to do this because at the end of the day, we have 6 months into the new year. And a lot of us, we set goals in January, and this is not to diss nobody. Trust me, I've been there. I was inconsistent. I had the same rank in the company 3 times. So this is not to bash nobody, but at the end of the day, we've set some goals from January that we've already forgotten about. There's some dreams from 2 years ago, a vision that was given to us. There's some certifications that we may have gotten. There's some online, content creation that we want to learn how to do that we haven't done yet. And so we get to choose to love to understand that there's new level and that if I can do it, you can do it too. If my clients can do it, you can do it too. One of my clients that I'm working with, she already had an established cleaning business, but she needed to grow her clientele. Also, she wants to start a podcast and become a coach herself. So first, I'm going to give you the this before the this. So before we even started, teaching how to be a coach, literally doubled her income. I said, okay, let's grow your income for your cleaning business first, because that's important, right? We want to make sure that you have an income so that while you're growing this, you're not, stressed out, right? So she did that. We grew, we worked together. She doubled her clients. She's networking like never before. She started her podcast. She's going into the 3rd week, right? Now she's going to do her own coaching, her own masterclass, and we're continue working together. Another one of my clients, she literally has had a tax business for over 20 years. And now she's working on becoming a coach because she wants to help her clients get to the next level financially. And she knows some things. She knows more than some things. I'm just saying some things, right? And this is not to brag on me. This is if they can do it, you can do it too. Literally, if they can get to the next level, you can get to the next level too. And so that's why I say this podcast is a little different. And I know it's not for everybody. If it's not for you, make sure you still tune in next week because I'm going to have a fire guest for you. Okay, mi gente. Y'all know how we do in the SpeakEasy with Idylli show. But today we talking business. Today, if you want to make money online, if you want to learn how to grow, I'm going to give you a couple of tips that you can do. You can start to think what you can do to get to the next level. Today, I even have slides, and I never do that on this podcast. But we are 6 months to the end of the year, and there's someone out there. You know who you are. Some of you have even already DM'd and reached out to me, and you ask questions, right? And it's important to realize that literally your life can change in 1 year. Could you imagine you say yes to yourself? And in the next year, July of 2025, you're living your best life, full-time an entrepreneur, earning an income and growing. Listen, it's possible, y'all, right? You just got to love yourself enough to know that you deserve it. Be brave enough to demand. Yep, I said it. To demand more and be disciplined enough to go out and work for it. That's it. I help women be unapologetically who they are while growing into who they're meant to become. And the aim is to grow sustainable success, not just success, sustainable success. So you can leave a legacy of both biblical, because y'all know that's how we roll, biblical principles around here, and financial wealth. It is so, so important. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. And the first thing I'm going to ask you guys is the vision. Okay. Well, let me hide this banner real quick. Okay. Let's go, Tennille. Yes, let's go. What is the thing you do at your absolute best with the least amount of effort? I'm going to ask you to ask yourself this question. What is the thing you do at your absolute best with the least amount of effort? Someone already said that they do nails on here. I already told you we have a financial client. One of my clients has a cleaning business. She's really good at it, but she also wants to add different things. She's going to stick with that business, but she wants to add different things, right? There's someone I know who sells t-shirts, right? There's someone I know who talks really well, right? And so what is that thing that you do at your absolute best with the least amount of effort? We are in the knowledge economy, the informational age. Look it up, mi gente. This is not just me talking. This is the day and age where we get to get paid for our gifts. What? Say that again. They didn't hear you in the back. You can get paid, earn an income for your gifts. This economy is expected to triple in the next 10 years. Just a little slice of that pie, just a lick of the frosting of that pie, and you're winning. You're winning. So ask yourself this question. What is that thing you do at your best with the least amount of effort? Okay. Once you've figured that out, now turn it into your project. If you don't want to start a business and you want to create a service or a hobby or a nonprofit, eventually nonprofits you earn an income from. If you guys didn't know that, right? I didn't know that. I recently got put onto that, and super grateful that I'm actually a board member of the, Court House of Restoration Tampa. We'll definitely have more on that coming soon. But that's a nonprofit, right? And I'm a part of the board. I'm not going to be an income, but the directors, right, the creators of it, their goal is to earn an income while they're doing the nonprofit and still serve. So they'll be earning an income while they're serving. That's okay. The marketplace ministry is a real thing, right? We can get paid for our gifts. Now, if you don't, you want to create a hobby, that's fine. Just don't waste it. But to me, the top three is the business, service, and a nonprofit. So figure out how you can turn it into your project, right? When we have problems or we want to know what's going on, put it in a project. If your boss came to you and said, oh, I need you to have this project and I need it on my desk by 5 p.m. You're going to grab a bunch of sticky notes probably, right? And you're going to say, okay, I need this, I need that, I think. You're going to go on the computer. Do the same thing for your business. Mi gente, listen, I'm not just talking out of nowhere. Okay? I'm not definitely just talking, right? This is a proven model that works. We just get to choose to love to follow it, be disciplined and grow in it, and say yes to yourself. Understand that you deserve it. Love on yourself and know that there's a way to promote this online, social media. Come on, I don't even have to explain that. Y'all already know. And when used properly as a business tool, and this is not a bad thing, this is a great thing, right? This gives you a market of a plethora of people. Imagine, someone on here just said that she wants to start doing nails, right? Imagine having your own travel nail amazing bus. Like, I'm really ambitious, so I'm thinking like not even like a party bus, but for nails. And now you're traveling and doing nails for different events and things like that, right? Or if you wanted your own brick and mortar salon, you could do that too. But I'm saying nowadays, since you have social media, you can dream so big as to like literally thinking of a travel. I know some travel barbers who they get paid thousands and thousands of dollars to go give haircuts in people's own personal space. Not in their house either. You come to the, in your space, right? So what I'm saying is, let's dream again. Dream big. When we shoot for the moon, if we miss, we land on the stars. The problem is we keep thinking sky's the limit, and we keep getting dropped back down to earth because we stopped dreaming a long time ago, because life got in the way, because we're tired and we're this and we got headaches and we have traumatic experiences, and it goes on and on. I'm even getting out of breath just saying it. Right? Dream big again. What is the thing that you do at your best with the least amount of effort? Once you figure out what that is, okay, turn it into your project. How you're going to grow from there. She says, yes, that's a dream of mine too. Girl, I can see, look, that's, I get real ambitious, and I'm creative. I start going. I'm like, wow, that's like a really good business, right? And just be able to high paid clients, right? Like literally high paid clients. And then, so you turn it into, going back to this, turn it into your project, right? Your business, your service, your nonprofit, right? Listen, mi gente, all of this information you can get on YouTube. I'm not here hiding or covering anything. One thing about me is the hustle, the accountability, the discipline, that's sold separately, right? But you can learn how to grow on social media and how to earn an income doing so with your gift. Such a big deal, right? This way, you're like living in your alignment. I know I'm in my alignment. That's why when people reach out to me and they're like, man, you really found your thing, huh? Like you got so much joy. Like, oh my gosh. It's because I'm in my alignment with my assignment. It's because I know my worth. I'm in values. I know my dreams. I have a plan. I have goals. I'm helping people get to theirs. That accountability, that discipline to get to the next level. This is why you see that every week when I come on here. This is my alignment. It may not be yours. I mean, if you want to start a podcast, definitely go all in. Don't wait. You don't need to have background. Just pick up your phone and be like, hey, y'all, what's going on? Like, just start it, right? Doing a nail podcast. Like, just start talking to people. Okay? Start growing, living in alignment with your assignment. Okay? I want to show you guys some statistics. And I know I keep saying okay, but like, I want to make sure that we understand it's okay, right? And this is my first time doing this on here because I really felt the need that's out here. Mi gente, I can feel you guys when you ask me these questions, when you show up to my events, when these things, these DMs and these comments come. Women, ladies, this is next level for us. And statistically speaking, 50% of women have given up on their dreams and their careers or their business due to challenges, including work-life balance and lack of opportunity. And honestly, I believe 50% is too low. Okay? I really believe that. I see it. I live it. Right? Every time I see it when I have somebody else that I'm talking to. So let's say 10 of you guys are watching right now. 5 of you are going to give up before this call is even over. Like literally, this call is going to end and 5 of you are just going to pretend like nothing ever happened. Like you're going to go to work tomorrow and you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be like, it's Wednesday, hump day, and you're going to live that life. And that's okay. Hey, if that's okay. But there's going to be another 5 of you who are going to say, I'm ready. Who are ready to grow and get to the next level. 30% of entrepreneurs globally are women. The U.S. Census Bureau reports that women-owned businesses make up only 20% of all employer businesses in the United States. Only 20%. Ladies, we got to step our game up. Fellas, if you guys are watching, I know there's a gentleman here from Africa commenting, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, and let's grow. If you need help, send me a DM. I got you. But ladies, 30% of entrepreneurs, and then only 20% employer businesses. It's time to get these numbers up. It is time for us to grow into the next level. Okay. And so it's really, really important that we just continue on. And that's why I'm here today. That's how I got here today. Literally, the gap between where you are and where you want to be right now, all it does is come down to discipline, action, and mindset. And habits. Let's throw 4 things in there. Discipline, action, mindset, and the habits that you create. That's the only thing holding you back. Especially now that you already got the juice and you can figure out, okay, vision, what is that thing I do at the absolute best with the least amount of effort? Boom, boom, boom. Write that down, right? Boom. Now turn it into a project. Okay, how can I make a business? What would I charge? How do I income? How do I promote online? Okay, how can I create a service from this? Bam, bam, bam. Okay, I want to create a nonprofit organization where eventually I'm getting paid 7 figures in order to continue to run it. And we're saving and sharing this many people with the whole wide world. Boom, right? Now you're turning it into a project. Now you have steps, right, to do that. You add that with discipline, action, accountability, and create new habits. Now you're walking and living in your alignment with your assignment. If you've been watching this whole time, you can end it right now. Literally. Literally. And you could go and start and get to work right now. Right? So we get to choose to love to understand that there is a new level in all of us. And I am not special. As much as I like to toot my own horn, y'all, because I know that I do, right? I know that I love to toot my own horn, but listen, I am not special. I made a decision. I created new habits. I set up some accountability with my coach. I started to grow and I stayed consistent. That is the difference between you and I right now. If you have a dream, and again, if you're watching this or just tuning on and you're like, where's the guest? This is a different episode. It sure is. Come on back next week. I have an amazing guest that I can't wait to tell her story, right? She's a teacher and entrepreneur creating things super special. And I can't wait to tell her story. But for now, this is for you. Yep. This is for you. Okay. And what I'm going to do, literally, again, you can go back to all of my episodes. I don't even have to say that because y'all know how I am. I keep it real and transparent. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do this today. This is my calendar. If you don't know how to get to the next level, if you want to know how to turn your vision into a project, here is my calendar. Just take the little, I'm also going to put it, matter of fact, too, I'm going to put it on the thing. Hold on. Before I ruin everything over here. I'm going to put it on the chat as well. Okay. And what I'm going to have you guys do is book a complimentary conversation. Okay. Complimentary conversation. Let's look at what that looks like for you. What that business looks like, how your vision can be put into your go. I think I just did it. I hope so. But you can also take a picture of the QR code here. Okay. That's my email address. That's my website, which also has the link to my calendar. So you'll be able to get on and grow from there. I hope you're getting value from this. I hope you definitely understand that there's a new level and there's a vision. And if you do these things right now, when you get off this call, boom, boom, that's where you'll be. If you do these 2 things, answer that question, turn it into your project, you'll be living in alignment with your assignment. Earning an income online, strategizing on social media, being intentional with your plan and your group. And I want to hear it. Drop a comment later on, come back to this live and let me know. Let me know how this worked for you, how it changed. Let me know how it went. I definitely want to hear about it because I just know that you are watching out there and this is for you. I just know it. I'm spirit led, mi gente. And listen, don't get me started. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get crazy. Oh my goodness, y'all. Listen, there is the calendar. Book a one-on-one session with me, complimentary. Let's put your vision on paper. If not, if you got the accountability, if you got the discipline, if you know how to create the habits already, then go for it and drop a comment and let me know. Because I know that if you do, when you do these things, not if, because that person that's watching, you know who you are. You're ready to make an investment in yourself. You're ready to talk. You're ready to move to the next level. I know you are. Turn it into your project and live in alignment with your assignment. Because we ain't going to be the statistics that's here. We're just not. We're just not. I wish you could see my face right now because we're just not. Okay? And I got my little hand going. All right? And so we get to choose to love to live our best lives and grow into the next level. And we all have new levels that we're growing into. All of us do. That is the Speak Easy with Idylli show today. Make sure that you like, you comment. Thank you for sharing this. Somebody you know that wants to grow a business, that wants to learn how to make money online, that wants to just start sharing more content, that wants to grow, that has gifts, but they don't know how to put it. They might know how to cook really good. They might want to learn how to write a book. They might, want to become a coach themselves, right? You know someone. Thank you for sharing it to change someone's life today. I appreciate you coming on. As always, this show would be nothing without you guys. You guys come on here every week and you choose to spend your time with me, and I don't take that lightly. I hope you know that. The gratitude that I have for the support that I get is beyond what I can imagine. I ask the Lord all the time, humble me, Father God, because I know it's you. It's not me. When I tried to do it, I failed. When I try to do it by myself, right? And so he definitely gets the credit. But I thank every one of you guys for coming on here and just sharing and just liking and just growing with me. Next week, I do have a special guest. I can't wait. Again, she's a teacher. Y'all know teachers are so underpaid. They really got to do it because they love it. Okay. And so she's a teacher. And she also has her own business. And you guys know I love to promote entrepreneurs. So if you have a story and hit me up, we can also have a conversation about that. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to, talk about your business on the show, let me know about that as well. Okay. Thank you guys so much. You're welcome. Always destined for greatness says great information, helping people go from hardship paralysis to forward progression in reaching their goals while earning a lucrative income. Okay, girl, let's go. I love it. I am so interested. Teach me. Yes, let's go. It really comes down to how bad you really want it. It really does. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I missed all of these comments on Instagram. This is not for the lazy folk. I still laugh at that one. Oh my goodness. Let's go. We all have to start somewhere. Amen. That's real. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. I will see y'all next week on the Speak Easy with Idylli show. Let's go, mi gente. Wepa!